It was regarding some financial modeling issues, and I actually found you through a skill search.
So, sorry to interrupt you. Does this by any chance have anything to do with Holly's message to you?
How do you know about that?
Well, to be honest, after she tried calling you on the phone and she left you a voicemail, she used skill search to find me, saw that I was available. We solved the issue right then. You know, and in fact, I'm not sure she'll ever start with just a phone call again, Jamie.
Oh, well, that's the beauty of the technology, right? Awesome. Well, BJ, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jamie.
Awesome. Well, there we go. My problem's resolved, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Very good. So as you see, Communication Server 14 and Communicator 14 providing a complete unified communication solution, E911 and location information integrated into your presence document, the ability to do call admission control, the ability to have fantastic video quality experiences. One thing that we didn't get an opportunity to talk about was the extensibility of the platform. And for that, I'd actually like to invite out on stage John Rauschenberger, who's the CTO of Clarity Consulting. He's going to show us today Clarity Connect. Great. John, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jamie. Now, today is really a culmination of a vision that Clarity had 18 months ago when we started working with the R2 release of Office Communication Server 2008. We saw what Microsoft was doing in terms of innovating the ability to deliver real-time communications inside of an organization, and we wanted to take that same approach and apply it to the contact center. And we were really focused on two areas. One was delivering a contact center solution that truly was a platform for innovation for our customers. We would handle the core routing capabilities and let them deliver innovative solutions to their agents and their customers. And second of all, we wanted to change the economics of the contact center, allow smaller organizations or organizations with limited budgets to have access to a world-class contact center solution at a fraction of the cost of traditional vendors. So what we're going to do today is actually take a look at our solution in the context of one of our customers, Emerson Ecologics. And if we could bring up the slides, Emerson is an East Coast retailer. They sell nutritional supplements through their website and their contact center. About 50% of their orders flow through the contact center. And in early 2009, they acquired a West Coast company, TID Health, similar size, same industry. They had their own contact center. Now, as often was the case, where they ended up was, from a business standpoint and a technology standpoint, not very well aligned with where they wanted to be. They had two PBXs. They weren't interoperable. What they needed to do was to provide a single virtual contact center for both organizations, spanning agents in both locations, but do so on a very limited IT budget, which they had available in 2009. So if we jump ahead to where they are today, what we've done is to deliver our solution in combination with OCS. We've removed the PBX in both locations. We've moved the call center infrastructure into our data center running in Chicago. We're using the power of federation, so this concept of a secure authenticated link between our data center and their locations to have access to the presence of their agents and to deliver media to their agents. And they're up and running live on this now. When calls come into either of their toll-free numbers, they get routed to our data center, and then we dynamically route that call to an agent in either location. So let's go ahead and take a look at this solution in action.
Yeah, it sounds great.
So if we jump over to the laptop here, what we're actually looking at is a live window into Emerson's contact center. So this is live. We'll see numbers changing. And we can see that they've got 7 different queues that callers can get routed into. And on our dashboard here, we're providing real-time metrics on what's going on within that contact center.
Now, this is a big iron ACD that's providing all this data, and then OCS is kind of working alongside it?
No, the entire solution is built on top of the extensibility platform that Microsoft provided. The IVR uses your speech engine that's shipped with OCS. The ACD is built on top of the call control APIs that you guys exposed to us.
Very good.
If we zoom in here and take a look at the new order queue, we can see some metrics for both the hour and the day around the performance of the call center. We see things like abandon rate. We see how many active calls there are. We also see that status bar on the bottom. Now, that provides a very glanceable view to the health of that particular queue, and that's driven off of a KPI that our customers choose. Emerson measures themselves against a 20-second average speed of answer, so we can see that 93% of the new order calls have met that KPI. Now, I can actually drill in here into the new order, and we'll see a couple of things here. I get a real-time view of all of their agents, and this is based on their presence that's being published into the OCS infrastructure. I can see who's in a call, who's available, who's off the desk, and who's in after-call work. I can also jump over to active calls. And here I'll see a real-time view of the calls that are active right now. We've integrated with their CRM system to identify customers. For today's demo, we're blanking that out with private. But we do see the agent, how long they've been on the call, and I have the ability to join that call as a silent participant if I want to provide coaching or if I want to do a performance review on that agent. And I can jump between the different queues here. If I want to see what's going on in all the different queues, I can easily do that. I can also jump back to the dashboard, and I can rearrange things on this tile. If I want to monitor different queues and have them be organized in different ways, I have the ability to do that. So a really rich, innovative, and we think very easy to understand and adopt interface to see what's going on in real time in the call center. Now, part of the innovation on our solution is that it's entirely delivered in the browser. So this entire dashboard is running in Internet Explorer. We're using Silverlight technology to deliver that interactive experience, but we actually have a zero software footprint on Emerson's workstations. The agents, the supervisors, none of them are running any of our software outside the browser. The only thing they need is Communicator and the Silverlight runtime, and we can deliver this experience.
Now, John, when you were working with Emerson on this, did they look at other, contact center solutions at the same time as, you were working with them?
They went through a fairly lengthy process of looking at other opportunities, and they had a contact center manager who came over from a large financial institution who knew what he needed. And when he looked at the other alternatives, our solution came in at 20% of the cost of the other competing platforms when they looked at an apples-to-apples comparison of functionality.
Wow.
Now, real-time metrics are great. We know that's key to drive the performance and monitor what's going on in the contact center. We also know historical metrics are critical. So we have extensive reporting around the performance of the contact center. We also have call inquiry capabilities. So what I'm going to do here is go to our session search screen, perform a search for calls handled by an agent named Devin. And what we see here is a list of every call that agent's handled. Notice some are instant message and some are audio. OCS is inherently multimodal. Our platform rides on top of that capability. We can handle web chat. We can handle audio. We can even do video and desktop sharing for a help desk scenario. But I can drill on this particular call. We'll see some details on the call. We see detailed timestamps. We also have this recordings tab. And again, here we're using Silverlight to deliver a rich media player directly within the solution running in the browser that we can use to play back an audio call that occurred last week.
Thank you for choosing Emerson Ecologics. My name is Devin. How can I help you?
Devin, my name is Fred Knight, and I'm kind of embarrassed about this. I'm at this conference and exposition in Florida called VoiceCon, and I've been talking to the folks from Microsoft. And we were talking about a couple of different things. We were talking about placing bets for the NCAAs, and then we were talking about Ecologics. And I'm not sure which number I really have called. Can you help me out?
Certainly, Mr. Knight.
So Fred was nice enough to help us out last week, placed the call, routed through our platform. We recorded it, and we're able to play it back today in the browser.
I think we better get Gurdeep out here before Fred comes and throws us off the stage. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I thought this was my keynote. You guys kind of camped out here. Thank you very much. A couple of questions before you go. So one is, how long did it take you to build this application?
So we think about that in two pieces. The core call routing engine took us less than a month to get up and running, and that's built on top of the high-level APIs that you guys have delivered with your extensibility platform. So we weren't programming at the SIP level, we were programming at a much higher level. We then spent another 8 months delivering the user experience, the integration with our customers that you see here today. For us, that's a much healthier mix, spending most of our time on that and letting your team do the hard work on the call control.
Great. And the agents can be anywhere, right?
As long as they can log into Communicator, whether that's over the internet, over an MPLS connection, if they can get into Communicator, which you guys make virtually impossible not to be able to do, we can deliver calls to them.
You mean it'll even work when I'm sitting on my desk?
If you log in on your desk and you're configured as an agent, we'll start routing calls to you.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you very much.